Hello everybody, how are you today? Welcome to our TOEFL, Cambridge and IELTS classes. My name is Rodrigo and I'm officially a Cambridge examiner. And if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please click on the link below. So this way you can follow all of my vocabulary and grammar tips for certifications, alright? And the class of the day is going to involve crimes. We all know that there are so many crimes that it would be impossible to memorize all of them. However, some of the basic crimes must be memorized before taking a TOEFL or IELTS test. So today I'm going to teach you the name of the crime, what exactly is this crime about, and the name of the person who commits the crime. Okay? I think that's going to help you a lot. So let's have a quick look at our list. Okay, it's a long list, but let's have a quick look. So the first crime is arson. Again, arson. Basically, if you set fire in your neighbor's car or in your neighbor's house, the name of the crime is arson, and you are an arsonist. So, setting fire to buildings, car, others' properties, and you do that on purpose. Again, you do that on purpose. You want to do that. Then you are an arsonist. Okay? Next crime, assassination. So assassination is a name that's only used when you kill famous people or someone who is a public figure. Alright? And in that case, you are an assassin. Alright? So bear in mind, you have to kill someone famous or a public figure such as politicians. Alright? Next crime, assault. And in that case, you are attacking somebody physically, like punching them, hitting them, okay? And in that case, you are an assailant, alright? So if you attack somebody physically, you are an assailant. That's the name. Next crime, bigamy. So we all know that in most countries in the world, you are only allowed to marry one woman at a time. So in case you marry two women in most countries, you are going to be charged of being a bigamist. Okay? So bigamy is marrying someone when you are already married to another person. Okay? Now, next crime is blackmail. Basically, blackmail is when you ask for money in order not to reveal somebody's secrets. Alright? So if you ask for money or if you ask for big favors in order not to reveal somebody's secrets, that's a blackmail, and you can be called in some countries informally as blackmailer. But please do not use that term in the test because that's very informal and it's not acceptable at the TOEFL test. Okay? Next crime, bombing. Again, bombing. We don't pronounce the second B. That basically means detonating an explosive device with the plan of harming people or property. So if you want to blow up a place by using explosives, you are a bomber, right? Bomber, not bomber. It's a bomber, right? That's the right pronunciation. Next crime, bribery. Basically, you give money or grant favors to influence another person's decision or behavior. That's what politicians do all the time in most countries, okay? And again, the name you give to them is informally known as briber, but we cannot use that term at TOEFL and IELTS tests. Please do not say briber, only if you're talking to a friend. That's fine, alright? Next crime, burglary. Basically, that means breaking into a house in order to steal something. So if you rob houses, the name of the crime is burglary, and you are a burglar, right? So you're a specialist of robbing houses. Next crime, child abuse. Usually when we refer to child abuse, we understand that's a sexual abuse, but not always. Sometimes it could be physical or even emotional abuse. In this case, you are a child abuser. If it's sexually, it's child molester, alright? So we've got child abuse and child abuser, alright? So let's continue. So, next crime is corruption. Basically, that's being dishonest, especially those people in power. So they have the power to make decisions, and the crime is corruption. We don't have a specific name for this person, you know. Again, we are not going to use in the test any specific name for this person, but we know he's a dishonest person. Next word is crime, which basically is doing something illegal that can be punished by law. And in this case, the person is a criminal. Okay? So most criminals get arrested for doing something illegal. So something that doesn't abide by the law. Next crime is a cybercrime, which basically means doing something illegal over the internet or a computer system in a company, like a net, And the name you can give to them, cyber criminal or hacker, cracker. Nowadays there are so many different names. Some people even say the hacker is the good guy who protects the company against crackers. So let's be careful with names, alright? Cyber criminal would be the proper word to be used at TOEFL, Cambridge, and IELTS certification courses. Okay? Next, domestic violence basically means behaving violently inside the home. So it's for both husband and wife. If they behave violently, even from father to children, from mother to children, and the other way around. Sometimes the son beats up their mother. So all kind of violence inside the house is called domestic violence. Okay. Next, drunk driving. Very dangerous crime. Driving with too much alcohol in your blood. In some countries, with a little bit of alcohol in your blood is already enough to be considered a drunk driver. Again, a drunk driver is a person who drinks and drives. And in this case, the person can kill people, can commit a lot of different crimes. Embezzlement. Okay, again, embezzlement. Basically, that means stealing large amounts of money that you are responsible for, often over a period of time. For example, from a company. So you think you're clever, you've been working in a company for so many years and stealing large amounts of money because you were in charge of a certain department or a certain division. If one day they catch you, you are going to be charged of embezzlement. Alright? Next, espionage. Again, espionage basically means to spy, to obtain political or military information. In that case, you are going to be called a spy. In most countries, you can go to jail or get killed for that. Like if the United States of America catches you for being a spy, you're probably gonna get killed. First torture and then, getting killed. Next, forgery. Basically it means illegally copying documents or signatures, money to cheat people, like you can forge documents, or if you sign a check, and it's not your check, you're signing with somebody else, you're a forger, right? That's a crime. Obviously you can be arrested by that. Next, fraud. Again, fraud basically means getting money from people by cheating them. In England especially, we call those people cons. And then there is con artists, con men, con women. So we even use the gender, like con men, con women, and con artists, which is a fraud. Alright? Person who is specialist of getting money from people by cheating them. Okay? It could be in a game of cards, like we see in many casinos around the world, and in other situations. Next, genocide. Basically killing on purpose a large number of people, like we see in Africa. We've seen so many different cases of genocide, just killing on purpose, because of politic reasons or religion reasons or whatever, okay? That's genocide. Let's continue. Next one is hijacking. Okay, so hijackers take control of planes, They take control of trains, etc., often by force, so often to meet political demands, like what happened to the 9/11. That was a horrible crime, okay? So the hijacker is the person and hijacking is the crime, okay? Now, next one, hit and run. Basically, if you're driving your car, you hit a person, but you don't save this person, you don't take this person to hospital for first aid. Basically, the crime you've just committed was hit and run. So you're not stopping to help a person hurt in an accident caused by yourself, okay? Which is also a horrible crime. Next, homicide, killing another person on purpose. So in this case, this person doesn't have to be famous or a politician, no. Homicide is killing any person on purpose, okay? Em português we call homicídio doloso, com intenção de matar, alright? Hooliganism, okay? Basically it's being violent or aggressive on purpose, often used to describe youth, like hooligans, you know? They're very violent, they're aggressive in some games, you know. There are many games that they have the body contact, we call them hooligans, you know. And they're very aggressive on purpose. They really mean to hurt you, alright? Let's move to the next one. Kidnapping. Basically, a kidnapper is a person who takes somebody away by force. So they steal people. They take somebody away by force, often damaging, demanding money for their safe return. So, kidnapper, usually they go after very rich children, they call the family and they demand money in order to give them back safe. So, it's a very popular crime in most countries. I would say in all countries, you know. Next, libel. Libel is basically damaging someone's reputation by writing lies about them. It's what we popularly know as fake news, okay? So libel equals fake news. You damage somebody's reputation because you are lying about them on social media such as Facebook or YouTube or magazines, articles, you know, horrible crime, okay? Next, looting, taking things illegally and by force during a riot or war. Riots, like, you know, when somebody is robbing a shop and everybody takes advantage to rob the goods from that same shop, that's a riot, you know. And if you do that, you're a looter. Again, looter, alright? Lynching. Lynching basically means killing someone without legal process, you know, often by hanging, getting an angry mob. So you see, the population believes the police won't do anything because of a crime, so they take actions with their own hands, so they lynch people, okay? That isn't a name for the person who commits this crime, okay? Just a second, let's continue with this list. Just trying to... Okay. Alright. So next, manslaughter. Again, manslaughter. Basically that means killing someone by accident. If you kill somebody unintentionally, if you kill somebody by accident, in Portuguese language we call homicídio culposo. So we didn't have the intention of killing somebody, okay? Manslaughter, that's how you pronounce in English. Next one, mugging. Mugging basically means attacking someone with a plan to rob them, okay? So first you attack, then you rob their cell phone, their wallet, or whatever they have in their pockets, right? Next crime, murder. Killing someone on purpose, okay? Again, it doesn't have to be a famous person. So, killing someone on purpose, you're a murderer, right? Next, perjury. Perjury is when you lie to a judge in court. So you promised the judge you wouldn't lie because you were under oath. You put your hands over the Bible and you swore God you wouldn't lie, and you lied anyway, then you committed perjury. Okay? Next, pickpocketing basically means stealing people in the streets, stealing wallets, money, whatever they have in their pockets, and it's often happening in very crowded place. If you get a very busy street, it's much easier to be a pickpocketer in that place because there are so many people and nobody will see who did it. Next, pilfering. Pilfering basically means stealing without using a gun or without using a knife, and you don't even see who did it. In the name of the crime, it can also be called as pilferage. Okay, pilfering or pilferage in England, is stealing small quantities of goods over time, and nobody sees who did that. So you didn't use a gun, you didn't need to use a knife, you didn't need to use anything to rob. Okay, you don't even know who you are. Next, poaching, which basically means hunting illegally. If you break into your neighbor's backyard and you hunt his chicken, you're a poacher, alright? So that happens in farms, in the countryside, so poaching is also a crime. Next, rape is basically forcing somebody to have sex, okay? If you do that, you're a rapist. So forcing somebody to have sex is a rape. Next, riot. I've mentioned previously a little bit about that, but basically means causing a big, noisy, violent public disturbance. So usually there's crowd management to go on there because of a lot of noise, a lot of violence, that's public, that's what happens in shops, that's what happens in public, alright? Next one, robbery. Basically means stealing large amounts of money with force or violence. In this case, you're going to use a gun, you're going to use some kind of knife or something in your hands. You must have a tool, to commit robbery. And in this case, you're called a robber. Alright? Next, shoplifting basically means stealing something from a store, from a shop. You're a shoplifter. So if you steal jewelry from a shop, you're a shoplifter. If you steal a book, you're a shoplifter. If you steal a bonbon, you're a shoplifter. Anything you steal from a shop, you're going to be a shoplifter. Alright? Let me change here. Next, slander. So slander basically means damaging someone's reputation by speaking lies about them. So it's another word for fake news. So you shouldn't tell lies about people, you shouldn't write them, you should post it on social medias, but if you do that, the name of the crime is also known as slander. Okay? Next, smuggling. Basically taking things secretly in or out of a place, of a country, of jail. So if I go to another country and I buy cigarettes and bring them into my country, because in that country there are no taxes, basically what I'm doing, I'm smuggling cigarettes. And in this case, I'm going to be a smuggler, alright? Everybody's going to call me a smuggler. People do that often with cigarettes, perfumes, electronic devices, fake stuff like face iPods, iPads, Next crime, speeding. Basically driving above the speed limit. And I believe in most countries, or in all countries, that's also a crime. Depends how fast you're driving. Next, terrorism. So you use violence, threats, fear, threats by email, usually also for political purposes. So terrorists, they always have a political purpose behind it, I think the United States of America is the country #1 in the world who receives the most threats, right? Next, theft is a general word for stealing. So it's the same as stealing, but it's a general word. In that case, you're a thief, okay? Trafficking, basically trading something illegal like drugs or people. So if you take a Brazilian girl to Turkey, you're trafficking women, alright? So that's a horrible crime, and you're going to be charged for trafficking, but we haven't got a name for it, it's criminal. Trespassing, basically is entering another person's area, another person's properties, hurting people or damaging property through force. So you're a trespasser in British English, trespasser in American English, okay? Vandalism, destroying private or public property purposely. So you do that on purpose. You want to destroy his property, So you're a vandal in that case. Because you wanted to destroy that on purpose, you're a vandal. Like some people call graffiti, but if it's against the public wills, that would be vandalism, okay? We know that graffiti is an art, and it's a beautiful art, but you need an authorization from authorities in order to do that. And voyeurism, when you secretly watch naked people or sexual acts, getting sexually excited. So if you look through somebody's door and you are just observing someone taking a shower, that's voyeurism. In that case, you are a voyeur, and that's also a crime in most countries, okay? So, again guys, thank you so much for being part of this class. I know it's a long list, but those were the basic crimes you needed to know in order to take TOEFL, Cambridge and IELTS. So, if you haven't subscribed yet, please click on the link below and you can follow all my grammar and vocabulary classes for our next sessions, alright? So thank you so much. Again, my name is Rodrigo. I'm officially a Cambridge examiner for the speaking parts of the test, and I'm just helping you to have a very high mark at TOEFL, IELTS and Cambridge. So thank you so much for today's class. Thank you. Cheers!